Howdy y'all, today is April 11th. We're sitting at 66 degrees for the high, but honestly it feels warmer today than it did yesterday just because there's no breeze. My dad's here working on a set of wheels for the final mobile coop. My brother just showed up and they're both working on that together. I'm currently working on cleaning out the tubs for the chick project. I finally got that lid completely finished, so I'm just kind of repairing all the other ones. But goal for today is get the rest of the chickens out. Hi chickens! I'm out here because I need a little brush so I can scrub those tubs better. Hey Rusty! Hey, chickens! That's Twinkle right there. The final coop has been rolled out with a nice new set of wheels. I've just got to do a little bit of screen on the back and that coop's ready to go. At this point, it's just waiting for the chickens to go up so I can open up that net, roll the coop in, and start grabbing more. All 6 coops are now out on pasture and ready to go, which is a great feeling. So thank you, Dad and my brother, for getting that wheel set done. Definitely makes life a lot easier because these things are heavy and without wheels it's pretty much impossible to drag them. That far right one isn't bad though because it doesn't have the nesting box and a bunch of roosts. That's going to be the meat bird coop once I get them in, but for now I'm just dragging it along so that way I don't have one long pole later on in the season. Got about 30-45 minutes somewhere in there until the chickens go up and I'm able to grab them. So I've already got the wagon set up. It's just waiting. There's 5 chickens in one coop and then 50-ish in the other. I am tired, y'all. It has been a long day, but got a lot done. I am so glad that all these coops are done. All the chickens are going to be out on pasture after this evening, so it's a great feeling. I finally know exactly how many chickens I have because every fall and spring I always get a new count when I'm actually physically picking them up and moving them and counting every single chicken. Because over the winter I had the mink killing a few, some just died, so I don't really know exactly where I'm at, but currently on pasture, what was it, 200? Can't remember. Yeah, it was 200 on pasture, so there'll be about 250-60 birds somewhere in there. I'm really glad that I ordered the extra 50 this past fall because they weren't really planned, but it worked out well because of that mink and just some other losses. It's just about 9 o'clock, so it should be dark enough to start grabbing chickens. 9:45, and all the chickens are now moved out to pasture, which is such a great feeling. I have a total of 253 chickens. This spring I have another 100 coming, and then the chick project, which could be potential of 88 birds, but I doubt it'll be that. Just kind of waiting for these birds to settle. I'm gonna move this roost tomorrow. I think it's too close. The chickens don't seem to like this coop, probably because that roost is a little close. But all the chickens kind of move back and forth between all the coops. So even when I was moving out, ooh, we missed that one. When I was moving the other birds out, there were already birds that had moved into the new coop. They do switch around, they have friends and favorites, so they'll kind of move, but 253 birds, I am so glad this is done. Tomorrow is going to be pretty warm. I think it's going to be up in the 80s, but pretty breezy. So I have 1,000 other things I need to get done. So we'll start tackling something else. Howdy, y'all. Today is April 12th. I'm going to work on tilling up some of this middle section of the garden here. to get rid of all the grass and weeds and start working on a new row in here. I need to get my broccoli planted, and this is where they're going. Howdy y'all, today is April 13th. It looks like it got a little breezy out. My one coop that is pretty light turned a little bit. Let's go check and make sure everything's okay. All is good, the T-post stopped it, chickens are fine. These coops are pointed in a bad direction for the wind. They're kind of going around this little curve. It'll get better though. I left my broccoli out overnight for the first time. Looks like it did just fine. I'm gonna be getting that in the ground here soon. Today the focus is on swarm traps, so I'm gonna put a couple out here. My plan is to put a swarm trap on top of this north coop here because it's pretty close to the hives right there. So hopefully they'll like it. Onto the second swarm trap now. I've got some nice filled out frames in all of these here, so hopefully we catch something. Second swarm trap is up. I think that's a pretty good spot. Probably comical trying to watch me put that up by myself, but hey, got it up. It wasn't too bad. It smells really good, that lemongrass oil. Bees really like that and they're attracted to it, so it'll get them to at least check it out. You may be wondering also why I haven't split bees or anything. I'm just gonna hope to recatch them. We still got some cold temps and I'll be out of town most likely when it's gonna be the best time to split these. So hopefully I can just recatch them. In the off chance that I do happen to catch a swarm before I leave, I do want to get another hive stand set up just so I can pop them in the new spot and be ready for them. I've got a line stretched out where my fence is eventually going to go because I'm putting the new hive stand on this side of the fence closer to the road. The bees are going crazy right now, so I'm not going to mess with it. Usually I can stand, you know, nearly right up on those bees, but even out here there's a ton of bees. You guys can't really see them on camera, but they just decided to go nuts. Wow. Okay, I crawled up a little closer. They're starting to cover the outside of that hive. Oh, this is so exciting, you guys. So many bees. I'm glad I got the heck out of there. Wow. This is so cool. There's a pattern. If you watch the bees, usually you have to slow it down, but you can actually see they kind of do like a square diamond flying pattern, and that's usually indicative of a swarm. Wouldn't that be weird? I just set out swarm traps and now they're just deciding to swarm. But they got really loud and there's just bees starting to pour out, so something's going on. I'm gonna stay here and watch them for a while. I've never actually seen a swarm. My mom, believe it or not, actually this north hive here was a swarm that flew into my barn last spring, and my mom heard them and she couldn't believe it. She thought it was a helicopter flying low. So I'm really interested to see what happens here. There's just bees everywhere. I think I'm pushing my luck if I crawl any closer. Wow, look at all those bees. That is so impressive. Wow, they're definitely about to swarm. Hopefully into one of the boxes I just put up. Maybe that's what they were waiting for. Oh my goodness. Looks like they're all gathering back on that beehive again. Yep, they're all getting on the hive again. What are you doing, bees? So cool. Oh, I want to get back up there again. I really should just put my suit on, but I don't want to miss them either. Just like that. Completely covered it again. That is a huge hive. All right, now I've got a front row spot. Well, they have calmed down a lot. There's not really a ton of bees flying around. There's still a lot of bees hanging out on the front of this. Jump up this. They're at least not going crazy right now. Lots of bees. I would really love to see them take off. I don't know how long it normally takes, but it is hot out here. It's about 80 degrees today. Feels really nice. Sunny, a little bit of a breeze, which definitely helps cool things off. Well, it's been 5 minutes and they're just chilling on the hive now. Tons of bees. Maybe they're just practicing. That was very cool. I bet they take off. I don't know. It's a good excuse for a break though, to sit here and watch the bees. It's been 45 minutes since I took that first video. They haven't really done anything much, so maybe they're just faking me out. Back to this hive stand now. We're gonna do about a 6-foot space so that way I'll be able to get the mower in between here. Got a nice base down. I don't want weeds growing up through, you know, the board and all around the hive and making it messy. So that one's held up really nice. So this one's gonna be great. We've got a lot less bees hanging out on the front now. I went in for a little break because they were starting to bug me when I was putting that new hive stand up. So I don't know where they've gone, if they've gotten back to work and gone back in the hive or gone somewhere else. I don't see anything around my other swarm traps just yet, but there's quite a bit of activity still going on around there. And just like that, 2 hours later, they're back to normal operations. I have no idea what those bees were doing earlier, but that was very cool. Maybe it's a mating flight. I was looking around when the bees were just hanging out on the hive. There were a couple drones, but they were hard to find. There weren't a lot. So, I don't know, but that is a full hive. I mean, unless all of them came out, then I guess it'd be kind of average size. I don't know. It was pretty cool to see though. We still have some low temperatures coming, so I don't want to split them and then they get chilled, they die, something happens. Swarming's natural. Beekeepers, you ask any beekeeper, everyone's gonna have a different answer. So for me, what I just did was I put a honey super on there. It'll give them a little more room. After seeing what I saw today, I think they already have it in their mind that they are going to swarm. And once they kind of have that in their head, it's really hard to stop them. So whatever they do, at least they have some more room and they can start working on that a little bit. Everything's all drawn out, so if they feel like throwing some honey in there, more babies, they can. Howdy y'all, today is April 14th. This time yesterday was about when that north hive was going crazy. I did bring another full deep that has all drawn out frames, so probably wind up popping that one on today for them. A few of these frames still have honey on them, so the bees are gonna be over here really quick if I don't do something. New boxes on the hives. Now I'm gonna start working on transplanting. Got some things set up. Dirt here, plants here. pretty cool. You can see a wall of rain out there. I almost got through chores. I got the net moved. I still have one coop to do. And then it started raining and I was running. So just about there. But the beehive has another box on it. It's looking tall. And just like that, the sun's coming back out. It is gonna get super humid. It's still raining, but that was a perfect little storm that came through. It was a pop-up. I went ahead and went for it. There was a little break where it wasn't actual thunder and lightning, but just good rain. So chores are now done at least. I had to kind of do that one through the storm because I have a rehearsal I got to get to. So I'm gonna pick up, call it a day there. Howdy, y'all. Today is April 15th. About to do chores. My dad's here mowing the grass. Thank you for that, Dad. I've got everything pretty much transplanted. There's maybe 5 or 6 that haven't been, but everything else is in that middle coop. My mom is also here, and she's working on getting hers acclimated to being outside. Howdy, y'all. Today is April 16th. We're gonna start planting some broccoli.